This week in memes, live streaming platform Twitch decides to make an advisory board comprised of Twitch streamers in an effort to make better decisions about the community going forward. A good idea on paper, and yet still an idea that blows up in their face on social media because it's not like Twitch can do anything right at this point. A disgruntled employee that was fired from the Last of Us 2 project leaked details about the game, and one particular exploitable image has taken the internet by storm. And finally, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but I say, Xue Hua Piao Piao, 北方少西谣。
I got $500 in cash in case they don't take MX. She wanted to see me, so now I'm headed to the annex. Sorority house, she snuck me in.
Our first story has us talking about Twitch, the live streaming platform that you've probably already seen on the front page of all your favorite social media websites quite a few times in the last couple of months due to a number of different circumstances. Twitch has always had a very large live streaming community. They are the largest live streaming platform on the internet at the moment. They hold a massive market share. And yet, the vocal majority of people that you'll hear talking about Twitch are going to talk about a lot of the things that Twitch does wrong. Specifically, their seemingly random enforcement on whether or not they want to uphold their own policies. It feels as though certain live streamers on the platform get banned for simple things, whereas other, more notable, more female live streamers seem to be able to get away with murder in the eyes of Twitch without feeling any real repercussions from the platform as a result, and naturally it has a lot of people mad. I do want to try and give Twitch the benefit of the doubt because the platform does not seem like an easy one to manage. It has some very unique issues that they need to overcome in a way that doesn't alienate their audience. At its core, Twitch is a live streaming platform, and when you think Twitch, you immediately think live gaming. Oh, dragon style, I like it. It's no match for my dick flattening style. Guess what? It's 4 p.m. Time for your dick flattening. But when the gaming platform become overrun with a bunch of streamers that decided to show off their cleavage as much as they wanted to show off their gameplay, to the point where 80% of the screen was mostly the girl you were watching in scantily clad clothing, more so than the game that she was playing, it began to feel a bit like an amateur adult site more than a live streaming platform. Twitch has put out some new rules about trying to limit this as much as they can, but showing off your body led into yoga streams, led into body painting streams, and while a lot of this is still showing off your body more than it is gaming, some of it does feel like legitimate creative outlets for these individuals. And now you have to take your platform with millions of users, 80% of which are male, 55% of which are under the age of 35 and are gonna watch stuff like this, and you have to balance between becoming the next MyFreeCams and actually gunning in on being the best gaming live streaming platform as Twitch wants to be.
Thank you so much for masturbating over my stream and donating $2,000, you virgin. Let me go ahead and write you down on the board right here. Wow. Can you guys show him some love? Can you guys show Steven some love on the board right here? Wow, Steven, you donated so much money. Oh my God, Steven. On my whiteboard.
It's in these categories that it is most obvious where Twitch is just unbelievably inconsistent with their enforcement of their own policies. You can see multiple people doing yoga, wearing scantily clad clothing, or painting on their body, accidentally flashing a nipple or something, and nothing happens. It's swept under the rug. Nobody cares over at Twitch. And yet, if a gaming streamer, somebody who isn't in these categories, accidentally shows a nipple while browsing through their Twitter timeline or sharing their screen or something, instant ban, without exception. And it's sort of made people lose faith in Twitch's ability to enforce their things consistently. Combine that with the fact that people just straight up get banned for nothing, and they get nothing more than an auto-generated "I'm sorry" email in their thing after losing out on 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks of not being able to stream and earn money as they've built their life around it, and that whole debacle with Twitch accidentally streaming hardcore pornography to Ninja's Twitch account after he left for Mixer. It's safe to say that creating a council of people who can advise Twitch on the right thing to do, made up of some educated individuals and some long-term users on the platform, should be the first good decision that Twitch has made so far, right? Right? So Twitch decides to do exactly that. They go and make themselves the Twitch Safety Advisory Council as outlined on this blog post that they posted just earlier last week. And they've picked some notable people to do this. You have Alex Holmes, who is the deputy CEO at the nonprofit The Diana Award, which is based on Diana's legacy that young people have the power to change the world. You have Co Carnage, who's a very notable Twitch partner. Dr. Samir Hinduja, who is a professor in the School of Criminology at Florida Atlantic. He is recognized internationally for his groundbreaking work on the subject of cyberbullying. You also have T.L. Taylor, who is also a professor at MIT and also does research into making fair and inclusive esports. You have a lot of educated people here. You also have Zazarin, you have Co Carnage, but the person that we need to focus on here is this gal, FerociouslySteph, who falls into the category of notable Twitch streamer. She was the first transgendered, or one of the first transgendered streamers to be partnered with Twitch, and her fight for inclusivity includes creating a competitive team composed entirely of marginalized gamers, great move, and vehemently opposes non-inclusive game mechanics such as voice chat. What?
The only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play is to have is to not have voice chat, to not have people give up their linguistic profiles. Voice chat is unfair, period.
Clearly she's wrong, but it's not enough to just know that she's wrong. You have to both be able to see her side of the argument and then also understand why she's so blatantly wrong. Her point is that if you are a marginalized group, or a female, or even female sounding in voice chat, it is much more likely for your surrounding male teammates to make fun of you, for your voice to be able to tell that you have an accent, or whatever the situation might be. And while that's true, it doesn't make it anti-competitive. At the height of competitive gaming, you're not playing with 5 randoms that are going to make fun of you because the way your voice sounds, dude. You're going to be playing with an organized team of professional players in whatever that game happens to be. That's competitive gameplay. You're just talking about everyday games. You're just talking about getting made fun of because you're going 0-6 in my promos, and you're getting yelled at for it.
What you doing there, Bill? Satellite dish trouble?
No, I'm just up here to kill myself.
The Twitch Twitter account put out a post announcing that they were making these new ambassadors and advisors for their council. FerociouslySteph on her private account, or her personal account, which is now made private, retweeted this and said the Twitch ambassador, second place finisher in the Twitch Rivals Apex Legends TwitchCon 2019, here to tell you that mandatory voice chat in competitive games gives marginalized communities a distinct disadvantage by forcing them to choose between silence or abuse, which is a weird stance to take, and again, just doesn't really make sense. We're not removing voice chat just because some people can't handle getting made fun of. Go back to playing Xbox in the Halo 2 days, and you'll see that most of us have gotten used to it at this point. But a lot of this isn't even true. At RamiOW posts, I really don't want to add to the discourse or anything. I've been harassed over video games numerous times and have a lot of friends all for the same reason, so I understand that point of view. But you didn't finish second place in Twitch Rivals Apex. How do I know? I was on your team. RamiOW then proceeds to leak the DMs between her and FerociouslySteph after citing that she clearly wasn't trying to be civil about the whole thing. In the DMs, you can see that Steph is clearly upset, very emotional, and is calling RamiOW a monumental bitch. Go fuck yourself, honestly. Just very, very emotional in a response to this correction of the truth, basically. You didn't finish second place at Twitch Rivals. So it's weird. So she's making very specific demands and changes to the way the video game should be done for the seemingly betterment of marginalized people, which is an odd hill to stand on because, again, it just doesn't make sense. She's being very rash at people who know her well and are just making simple corrections on things that are objectively wrong, right? This definitely didn't happen the way that you said it did. But, you know, she's trying to stand up for LGBTQ and representation in gaming. That's noble. It's not like she's saying that if you like voice chat, it's because you're a white supremacist. I mean, that'd be stupid, right?
No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry. Just a fact of how I feel.
I just don't understand. Like, what? What? Like, you literally just got associated with this massive company that's doing their best to try to look good for gamers. That's like their whole thing. Why would you say something like that? Hey Patrick, what am I? A white supremacist? No, I'm a gamer. What's the difference?
Hi, my name is Curtis, and this is my audition for a British dude who tells his friend that he thinks he wants to get a tattoo.
Oi, brother, I think I want to get a tattoo.
We're nearing the end of the saga of all the things that we can find wrong with putting FerociouslySteph in a position of power here on Twitch. Now, you've got the fact that she has very bad takes on how competitive gaming should be handled. She handles herself very emotionally when it comes to being confronted about these very bad takes and also just being wrong about stuff. She also believes that the vast majority of gamers are white supremacists, or in her words, a lot. There's a very clear distinction. She doesn't mean most, she means a lot. A lot of gamers are white supremacists. But most importantly, the power is going to her head. Shown in this clip where the power is going to her head.
And I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, there are some people that should be afraid of me because I represent moderation and diversity, and I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really shitty person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is endorsing me to do that, so.
What a terrifying look into what is almost definitely going to be the future of Twitch if they don't start making better decisions. It wouldn't be an all-encompassing overview of everything that's going on with FerociouslySteph if I didn't also mention the fact that she identifies as a deer. She's an otherkin. I don't know enough about it to make fun of it without feeling ignorant. I feel like my comedy has to be satirical, and for satire, you have to understand the topic, so I don't get it. What I do think is odd, though, is live streaming your head-scratching sessions. Like, I feel like objectively, that's just cringe, bro.
And come back to here, maybe. Nice and soft. Round to the back of the head.
Just go to the next meme. Just go to the next meme.
Oh, what are you doing, Steph Stool?
The Last of Us 2 had a lot of its major storylines and some of the cutscenes spoiled for everybody since the game hasn't been released. Apparently, a disgruntled employee or a family member of this disgruntled employee released and leaked the cutscenes from the game as well as some major story plots. Don't look into it if you don't want The Last of Us 2 ruined for you. I haven't seen them myself, but it appears as though most people online seem to be pretty disappointed with the route of the story that they decided to go with the game. I don't think it's really possible to get much better than the first game would be. The sequel is never going to be great, but nonetheless, there has been an excellent exploitable image that has come from this scene of Abby choking Ellie. And it's so easy, well, it's not easy to make, but it's such an easy to see meme. It's so easy to understand once you know what it is. There are a billion examples. What do you want, Hank Hill? Pikachu? They all exist.
Oh, I gotta shit. Oh, I gotta watch.
You guys remember on last week's episode when I said Doja Cat promised to show her boobs if the song got to #1? Well, the song got to #1, and surprise, surprise, Doja Cat did not show her boobs, and even more surprise, surprise, the simps are upset about it.
You're a liar, a deceiver. I'll never fall for your tricks again. Never!
The Scooby-Doo franchise came out with a new 3D animated movie titled Scoob, and if you thought that the only reason people are going to see it is so that they could simp over 3D Velma, you're not wrong.
Oh my god, you guys. I can't see without my glasses. Oh my god. Where are my glasses? Oh my god.
Last but not least, we've got the meme titled Xue Hua Piao Piao Bei Feng Xiao Xiao. I don't know what it means. I think it's Chinese, and while I don't understand it, I bumped into 2 of these memes in a row, and I thought it might be a big meme that's up and coming, but maybe it's not. But just because you don't understand Chinese doesn't mean you shouldn't take the time to bump the subscribe button down below so you don't miss This Week in Memes coming at you every single week. And you can also bump over to one of the videos to my right if you want to continue and laugh just as little as you did watching this one. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.